Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be another round of shopping our stash. This is a collab video that I do with my friends Elisabeth and Mercedes. Every month we pick a color and we shop our stash for that shade to remind ourselves that we don't need to buy whatever is out there. We probably have it already. I certainly have it. I don't need to buy anything. I have it all apparently 50 times over, because for the color we picked this month, I have pulled 50 of this shade. Who picked the color peach? That's what I want to know. Who would pick a color like peach? I did. I picked the color. I have nobody to blame but myself. I should have known better. It's a popular color. It's a color I'm drawn towards. I like peach. I buy peach. But I'm regretting it because it took me a very, very long time to pull all these out. And I have a feeling it's going to take me a long time to swatch them, and it's going to take me just as long to put them all back. So that's a shame, but I do love peach, and I don't know, May seems like as good of a month as any to talk about peach eyeshadow. Coincidentally, a new peach-ish palette has dropped from Too Faced this week. It's the Papaya palette. It looks adorable. It is right up my alley. It is peaches and purples and plums. I am wearing plum on my lower lash line to try and get that palette out of my system. There's also an amazing looking duochromish shadow. So this shopping our stash video came along at a good time. It's a good time to remind myself that I have everything I could possibly want and there's nothing I need. So let's start swatching. Let's start with the eyeshadows from my bathroom. These are all in one project or another, and they will be going back to the bathroom after I'm done swatching them, so I want to keep them separate. For my singles, I have this one right here from NYX. This is in the shade Golden Peach. And I do have it on my eyes today, but it's under another eyeshadow that I'll be talking about in just a minute. But I have this all over my eyelids today. There's a swatch right there. It is definitely peach. Some of these I have a little bit of a hard time with. I had to be very careful about not picking eyeshadows that were too pink or too orange. Elisabeth and I did do Blooming Coral. Blooming Coral? Is that what it was called? The Pantone color of the year for last year. We already discussed Coral, which is a very pinky peach. So I wanted to try and go straight peach this time around without any orange, without being too orange. This is my Milani eyeshadow in Bella Mandarin. I have this all over my crease and transition area today. This is it right here. I'm also wearing this as a blush today. There it is. Oh, these are hard to see. There it is right there, a little bit orangier than the Golden Peach from NYX. But I think it's still in the peach family. Next is Tea Party from ColourPop. This is a Super Shock shadow, and it is the eyeshadow I have all over my lid. I just rolled this out of Roulette Pan Collab, but I wanted to make the pan just a little bit bigger before I put it away. So hopefully I accomplished that today. It's pretty shimmery. There is a swatch of it right there. This is a metallic formula. The last eyeshadow that's hanging out in my bathroom is from my ColourPop Yes Please palette. There's some really good peaches in here. I'm kind of torn, but I think I'm gonna go with this one for the swatch right here. And there it is right there. That is so beautiful. I would love to use that as a transition shade. I should do that while I'm working on this palette anyways. 4 down, 45 to go. The next shade I'm going to swatch is from my Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette. This palette smells amazing. You guys know I pull these Tarte palettes out every chance I get just so I can open them up and smell them because I love the smell. This totally reminds me of a Winnie the Pooh scratch and sniff book that I had as a child. I would give anything to smell that scratch and sniff book again. But there was definitely a sticker in there that smelled just like this palette. Just like this palette. I'm going to be swatching this shade right here called Pixie. Oh, it looks pretty gold. But if you don't catch it in the light, it's got a lot of peach, pinky peach, and then all you see is the gold in the light. It's very, very pretty. Okay, I've never used this palette even once. Hazel's swatched it a few times, so it looks a little rough, but I am talking about my Touch in Soul Medalist palette. I totally bought this because of Tati. She raved about this palette for the longest time. I caught it on clearance and I've never used it. But there are some major peachy vibes. I'm gonna swatch this one right here. I think this is called Maple Mood, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I think this is called Maple Mood. There it is right there. None of these are showing up very well on my hands, you guys. Okay, this is one of my magnetic palettes. This has a lot of Makeup Geek shadows in it, and I am going to swatch this MAC shadow right here called Expensive Pink. I was thinking about swatching in the spotlight, but I don't think it would show up other than like a really light shade. So I'm gonna swatch Expensive Pink from MAC. There it is right there. That's so pretty. Okay, next I have my Too Faced Natural Love palette. I'm going to swatch this shade right down here on the bottom row. This is called Honeymoon. It's a little bit orangey, but it looks a little bit orangey in my phone, but when I'm looking at it, it looks more pink. So let's see how it swatches. Yeah, it's a peach. It's a crumbly peach. There it is right down there. All right, in my Lorac Mega Pro 2, I'm going to go ahead and swatch this one right here called Bellini. It's so pretty. Oh, I always am surprised by how soft. I am always surprised by how soft these are. Oh, that is beautiful. At least it swatches beautifully. There it is right there. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, that is gorgeous. I want to put it on my eyes right now. Holy cow. That is stunning. Okay, another Mega Pro palette from Lorac. I'm going to swatch a matte shade. This one's called Melon, right there. It's right under that Bellini. Okay, my Sephora Pro New Nudes palette. This is a bolder peach for sure. I just want to make sure I didn't put this in. Oh, there's actually a shade called Peach. Maybe I'll go with that one. That sounds like a smart idea. All right, here's my New Nudes palette from Sephora. This shade right here is actually called Peach. So I kind of feel like I'm obligated to swatch that one. It actually reminds me a little bit of the NYX Golden Peach. There it is right there. So pretty. There's the NYX Golden Peach and there's the Sephora Pro one. Okay, this is the Morphe 35E palette. I've really been thinking about rolling this into pan in every palette the next time there's a spot open. Here is what it looks like right here. And I'm going to go ahead and swatch this one right here. Or should I swatch this one? I'll swatch this one. That's pretty. Man. There's the Morphe one right there. Definitely orangey, but very pretty. Okay, look what's back. My e.l.f. 100 pan palette. It's in almost every single one of these videos. When I cannot find a shadow in here that doesn't work for a specific color, it's usually a shock because I can almost find a shadow in this palette for every color we pick. For today, I was thinking about one of these 3 shades right here. They're all kind of peachy. I will swatch this top one right here. That looks like it's never been touched. There it is right down there. Okay, we're at 13. Let's go to the next stack. I think that's too orange. I feel like this, why does my hair always attack me? I feel like the shade might be a little bit too orange, but I am going to swatch Butterscotch from this I Want Candy and Too Faced collab palette. Here it is right here. I don't know, what do you guys think? I had a hard time with some of these shades. They kind of look peachy, but then they also kind of look orangey. And I think it's time to move over here. I don't know. My NYX Ultimate Multi-Finish Shadow Palette in Sugar High. I've only used this a few times, but I really like this palette. I think it's beautiful. I think this whole row is kind of peachy, and I'm pretty sure I talked about this shadow for the coral video, so I'm going to swatch this one beneath it for today. Oh, that was really crooked, but very peach. Okay, in the Manny MUA palette, I have this shade right here called Cosmopolitan. I think that's actually supposed to be a dupe for MAC's Expensive Pink. So we should see if it is a dupe. Wow. Where'd MAC's Expensive Pink go? Was this it right here? Oh, I think this was it right here. This is an oldie. This is my BH Cosmetics Wild Child palette. Right here, there is a broken shadow in here. Not the peach, but I'm gonna be careful. This white shade right here is broken. I'm gonna swatch this one right in the center for today. Pretty. I don't think anybody's gonna be surprised to see that these two are making an appearance in this video. There's gonna be another peach palette coming soon. But first of all, let's look at the Just Peachy Mattes palette. I will swatch Just Peachy, which is that one right there. So pretty. And from the White Peach palette, I will swatch this shade right here called Glistening Peach. That looks gorgeous. That is so beautiful. That actually looks a lot like one of the eyeshadows that's in that new Papaya palette. So if you are eyeing that eyeshadow and you have the White Peach palette, see if you can get it out of your system with that one, because that's the duochrome shade that I was eyeing. That's beautiful. Okay, I have a little NYX Quint. This is the Love in Florence palette, and I am going to swatch the shadow right here. There it is right there. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it, but it kind of looks matte. A definite matte is in this Kristen Leanne and Urban Decay palette. I'm gonna swatch 1212, which is that one right there. It's pretty dark, but I think it's still peach. Oh, look at that. That's so pretty. So pretty. I have my Beach Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. I will be swatching Candy. This one right here. Candy with a K. Look at that. And in my Urban Decay Born to Run palette, I have Still Shot. Right up there. Those are so beautiful. But if I tell you I want to buy a palette because it has a matte peach, slap me in the face, because I am set on matte peaches for a long, long time. All right, next is another Too Faced palette. This is the Life's a Festival palette. And I'm going to swatch, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'll do Euphoric, this one down here. Oh. Next is my BH Cosmetics Eyes on the 60s palette. There's some great colors in here. I am going to swatch, I'm going to swatch this one right here. It's a matte eyeshadow. Got a little bit of pink to it, but it's beautiful. Okay, next is a little trio from Estee Lauder. This is the Pure Color in 07 Beach Metals. I'm going to swatch the center shade right there. I was really excited about this trio, but it's just not quite what I wanted it to be. There it is, right there. Whoa. Okay, a small palette from Stila. This is the Perfect Me, Perfect Hue in medium tan. I'm going to be swatching this shade down here, which is called Daring, right down there. Emily Noel 83 totally made me buy this palette. I don't know if we're getting away from peach with that one. It might not quite be peach, but you know how I am in these videos. I just start swatching everything. This is a ColourPop palette quad. This is the Saucy palette from I Love Sada E. And I'm going to swatch this shade right here. It is called Heavy Glam. Right there. That swatch is a little bit weak, unfortunately. I was expecting it to have a lot more impact than that. All right, you knew it was going to be in here somewhere. This is the Sweet Peach palette from Too Faced. I'm trying to remember which one I swatched for the coral video. I think it was Candied Peach. So for today, I am going to swatch just Peachy while I get drunk off the smell of candied peaches. Okay, next I have a very muted peach from the Lorac Pro 2 palette, and it is the shade Nectar right here. I love this shade. This is probably my favorite shade in the whole palette, Nectar and Beige. I just love those two eyeshadows. And I have a really good dip going on in here.
I'll do some of yours. I'll do some of yours.
There it is right there. Doesn't really show up. Just looks like a little bit of dirt or something. Okay, and finally I have Roxy from ABH Subculture. Again, probably my favorite shade in the whole palette. The one that got a lot of fame. It's a famous eyeshadow for being very powdery. But I love it. I absolutely love this shadow.
Now let's go. Mommy, in my home?
Wow, that is gorgeous.
Let's see.
Okay, next I have my Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette. Here's what it looks like right here. I think I'm going to swatch. This is tough. I kind of feel like this is way too bright and way too orange, but I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this one right there. I'm kind of regretting it, but what the heck? We're already here, aren't we? We are here. I mean, I guess I could do the center shade, but that looks a little too brown. All right, we'll do the bright one. There it is right there. Kind of a weak swatch, but I think that's more me than the eyeshadow, I think. All right, next is Sugar Pop palette from Too Faced. I am going to be swatching Macaron. Macaron? Macaroon. Ron looked at me, he's like, what? Macaron. That one right there. Macaron. The Macarena. Did you fall down?
No, I fell on my booty butt.
You fell on your booty butt?
Yeah.
Okay. Macaron. Whose idea was it to pick peach? Whose idea was it? It was mine. Okay, another Too Faced 9-pan palette. The honey, peanut butter honey. Peanut butter and honey?
I'll see
Peanut butter.
how glittery it is. I see how it is. What? I have some.
Smell it.
Yum.
All right, go ahead.
I can't see it.
No, those light ones don't really show up very well, do they?
I think I would do a dark one.
All right, that's it. Because you swatch like a beast. You want me to pull up that sleeve? Got it? Whoa, pretty. You're very good at swatching.
Even the dark ones.
Yeah. This is what the peanut butter and honey palette looks like. I'll be swatching that shade right there called Honey Brittle.
I smell it. I smell. I use it a little bit more. A little bit more. There. I try.
Go crazy with them swatches.
Let's do this one.
I already did that one. All right, there is Honey Brittle from Peanut Butter and Honey palette. Okay, and my last 9-pan palette from Too Faced is the A La Mode palette. And I am going to go ahead and swatch this shade right here. I think it's called Jardin. I don't know if I'm saying that. Jardin. I might be saying that completely wrong, but it sounds fancy. There is Jardin right there. It looks like NYX Golden Peach. They're dupes. Golden Peach and Jardin are almost identical. Oh, this is an old palette. This is the Lorac Summer Glow palette. This is a peachy pink, but I'm going to swatch this one right there. It doesn't look as pink on the screen. It does look more peach, but to me it looks very pinky peach. Let's swatch it. It's like the most perfect peach ever. There it is right there. Okay, some ColourPop palettes. I have my My Little Pony palette. I'm going to swatch this top shade right here. I think it's called Starshine. Could be wrong. I don't know. ColourPop names always confuse me because they're like backwards. It actually reminds me quite a bit of the Lorac one I just swatched. There, oh, it's a little bit deeper. There it is right there. There's the My Little Pony and ColourPop palette one. And this is the ColourPop Double Entendre palette. And I'm going to swatch this shade right here. It might be called Hard. I'm not sure. Hard or Extracurricular. There it is right there. Okay, next I'm going to swatch the Makeup Revolution Fortune Favors the Brave palette. And the shade is called Peachy. This one, oh. This one right there. Wow, that does not do a whole lot on my hand. That's kind of sad. It's right there. I don't know if you could see it at all. This is the only Juvia's Place palette that I pulled. Apparently peach isn't a popular shade in the palettes that I own that are Juvia's Place, but this is the Saharan 2. And I am going to go ahead and swatch this first shade right here. I believe it's called Marrakesh. Very pretty shade. Ah, it's beautiful. There it is right there. Very golden. I don't know if that shade would look, well, it looks a lot like what I have on my eyes today. But sometimes these golden shades don't look great on me with my skin tone. But it's beautiful. Okay, BH Cosmetics Solar Flare palette. These are all baked eyeshadows. This is what it looks like right here, and I am going to swatch the second one called Sunray. Right there. Well, that's very pretty. There it is right there. There is a really nice peach in the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. It's a muted peach. It's called Tongue Pop. Right there. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. There it is right there. Here is my ColourPop All I See Is Magic palette. I'm going to swatch this shade right here. It's either called Big Spoon or Imperial. I'm not sure. But this one right here. I think it's called Imperial. I'm amazed that these peaches can stain my fingers like that. Look at that. I wouldn't think that any of them were that pigmented, but they stain my fingers. There it is right there. Just a beautiful classic matte peach. In my Urban Decay Shadow Box palette, I am going to swatch Free Love right there. Very pretty. It's a long swatch. It goes from there to there. Just kept going. But that is very pretty. In my Pure Visionary palette, look at this palette. I'm gonna swatch this one down here. It's called Pioneer. Oh my gosh, this palette is just so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I'm sorry that you guys are not able to see it as well as I wish you could. There it is right there. There's just like the slightest hint of pink if you catch it in the right light. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, only 3 more to go. They're all Super Shock shadows. Let's knock them out of the park. First, I have Kennedy. It's a matte peach color. I've already hit pan on it. It's an orangey peach. There it is right there. Then I have Shark Attack, one of my favorite shadows ever, right there. There it is right there. And finally I have Cheeky, one that I have not yet hit pan. Well, right here. This one's definitely a little bit more pink, just a little. And this formula is satin. This is a satin finish. I have run out of space. We'll do back here. There it is, right there. All right, time to do a final count of how many peaches I have. Okay, when all is said and done, I have 48 peach eyeshadows. Obviously, some are matte, some are shimmer, some are metallic, different formulas, but I think it's safe to say that I do not need to fall for a peach palette, regardless of how cute the packaging, regardless of what it smells like. I do not need another peach eyeshadow in my life. It is going to take me forever to use up what I have. And I have some great eyeshadows. And unfortunately, I can tell from some of these swatches that some of them are not holding up and they're going bad. So I do not need to buy any more. This was a good reminder because I am a sucker for peach for sure, especially if it smells like peach. Has my camera been crooked this whole time? All right, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you will check out Elisabeth and Mercedes' videos down below. I will have their channels linked. I hope you see how many peaches they have, what kind of peaches they have. I hope you will enjoy their swatches. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.